Om Jnanatimirandasya Garanjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshi Shunyamadi Pashati Deshatarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Sorry, I had to wear this glass because I don't have any other um, glass to wear right now. Let me share my screen. Okay. So last we were reading Touching of the Deity, Athamotehe Darshana. We completed there. So now we are looking at the 42nd item. So there are 64 angas of Bhakti, and we are looking into the 42nd item of that angas. Aratrika darshanam yataskande. So taking the darshan of arati that we perform in the morning and evening to the Lord. Koteha brahmahatyanam agamyagama koteha dahati alokamatreena Vishnoho sa aratrikam mukham. So here Vishnu refers to the deity. So basically that's what Jiva Goswami also says. Archa. So basically the face of the Lord lit with arati. The face of the deity form lit with arati. Just by looking at that alone, it destroys many sins. And the examples of sins are given. Crores of sins it is mentioned. Kotaya means koti. Crores of sins. What kind of sins? Brahmahatya, killing of the Brahmanas. Even those kind of sins, not just one sin, crores of those sins get destroyed. Dagati means becomes ash, burned to ashes. Just by looking at the arati of the, or looking at the face of the Lord lit by the arati. Then agamya agama koteyaha. Agamya agama means, agamya means those women who should not be approached for illicit affair, which refers to the wife of Guru, wife of a Brahmana, and so on. Even when somebody, agama means when some, agamya agama, when somebody goes to those women, that means those who have illicit affair with those women, the sins that are produced out of that, even those kind of sins, they get destroyed by looking into the arati of the Lord. Basically, it says that the grave of the worst sins, the worst of the worst sins, they also get destroyed just by looking at the face of the Lord lit by arati. That is the power of bhakti. Again, we don't take it as a license and do sinful activities. That itself is a sin, and it doesn't destroy. But it says that those who have performed, those who have committed these kind of grievous sins in the past, they get destroyed by looking at the form of the Lord lit by arati. So here it says Mukham Kartru. Mukham Kartru means actually who destroys the sins. It is the face of the Lord that destroys the sins. The face of the Lord lit by arati. That destroys the sins. Which Utsava Darshanam Yatha Bhavishya Uttare. So this is taking the darshan of Utsava. Utsava means festivals. An example is given from Bhavishya Purana, Uttarakhanda. Ratastham ye nirikshante kautikena api kaishavam devatanam ganaha sarve bhavanti swapachadayaha. So, Ratastham, the Lord situated in Rata or the chariot. One who, that is the Keshava, the Lord Keshava, Krishna, who is situated on the Ratha, one who sees that Lord. When we are pulling the chariot in San Francisco or other places, many people who are passers by, they look at the Lord Kautika means curiosity. What is this going on? Something, they're pulling the chariot or something like that. When they see the Lord situated in the chariot out of curiosity, not out of bhakti, here it is mentioned, out of curiosity. What happens? Swapachadayaha. Swapacha means one who actually eats dog meat. The person who eats dog meat is said to be actually very, very contaminated person. Even those persons become Devatanam Ganaha. Devatanam Ganaha means, here Jiva Goswami says, Parshadanam. That means they become associates of the Lord. Just by looking at the Lord who is situated in the Ratha, who is situated in the chariot. So this is the power of observing the festivals, Utsava Darshanam. Here Jiva Goswami says, Ratastam iti Utsavantara Upalakshanam. So here, though it is actually referring to the festival of chariots, this is an example, but it also indicates all other festivals as well. What are other festivals we have? Janmashtami, we have Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance day, and so on. So many festivals are there. Even observing those festivals as well will change the people into the associates of the Lord. Change means, not immediately over the period, but, they are guaranteed to attain that result. Adi Shabdena Puja Darshanam. So previously, when he was mentioning that Aratrika Darshanam, he was mentioning Aratrika Utsavadi Darshanam. Utsavadi means Adi means extra, etc. So here Jiva Goswami clarifies what Adi means. Adi means Puja Darshanam, looking at the puja performed for the Lord. From the Agni Purana, it is mentioned. Pujitam Pujamanam Va Yaha Pashed Bhaktitaha Harim Shraddhaya Modamanaha Tu Saha Api Yoga Phalam Labhed. The Lord who is being worshipped with puja, one who sees the Lord who is being worshipped or who has been already worshipped. Pujitam Pujamanam Va. Pujitam means he has been already worshipped. Pujamanam, he is being worshipped. One who sees that Lord, Pashed Bhaktitaha, with bhakti. One who sees the Lord, what happens? Bhakti and Shraddhaya. Shraddhaya means with faith. One who takes the darshan of the Lord, Modamana, first they become very happy within the heart. Then what do they get? Sahapi Yoga Palam Labed. The fruits of yoga, they obtain the fruits of yoga. So what is the fruits of yoga? Why is it relevant here? Here Jiva Goswami says, Yogaha atra pancharatra uktaha kriya yogaha. The kriya yoga mentioned in Pancharatra. So Pancharatra defines how to do deity worship and related activities. So basically, Yoga Palam here refers to the Kriya Yoga Palam. Kriya Yoga means deity worship. It comes in the 11th canto. Krishna talks to Uddhava about Kriya Yoga, where he actually talks about how to perform the deity worship. So, if you just take darshan of the Lord who is being worshipped with puja, or who has been already worshipped with puja, that itself is, you will obtain, by that activity alone, you will obtain the results of directly performing that service, directly performing service to the Lord. Even you don't, because some people are not eligible to perform puja directly to the Lord because they don't have the Diksha mantra to perform that. So they take darshan of the Lord, but even taking darshan of the Lord, that is equivalent to performing the puja. Okay. Ata Shravanam. Now, Shravana is hearing. Hearing is being talked about. Shravanam Nama Charita Gunadinam Shutihi Bhaved. What is Shravana? Shravana means hearing of names of the Lord, pastimes of the Lord, qualities of the Lord, and so on. His glories and so on. All of these things are called a Shravana, hearing. Tatra Nama Shravanam Yatha Garude. So, first he is talking about Nama Shravana, the hearing of the name. An example is given from Garuda Purana. Sansara sarpa dashta nashta cheshtaika vibheshajam Krishneti Vaishnava mantram shutva muktaha bhavet naraha. Sansara sarpa, this is one word, sansara sarpa dashta nashta cheshta eka bheshajam. What is a sansara? Sansara is our experience of birth and death in this world, which is consisting of full of pious activities and sinful activities. Everybody performs both sinful activities as well as pious activities. And because of these two types of activities, we get vasana or what do you say? A memory, a kind of memory, or a kind of liking, a kind of uh, that inclination toward something. We get that because of our past activities, which is full of sins and pious activities. That sansara is like a sarpa, it's like a snake. Dashta. By that snake, those who are being bitten, it's full of poisonous. It's full of poison. And those who are bitten by that poisonous snake of samsara, what happens to them? Nashta cheshta. Their activities are gone. So if you are bitten by a snake, you lose your consciousness and you will lose your activities. Similarly, here, people have lost their consciousness and activities, which means they are not performing any spiritual activities anymore. They are only performing material activities. So the soul is sort of, you can say, dead because it is not performing any spiritual activity. It has consciousness in the material world, but it does not have awareness of its own. So it's almost like dead. It has lost all its activities, but being bitten by the snake of samsara. So, for that ekabeshajam, there is the primary medicine for this snake bite is Krishneti Vaishnavam Mantram. The Vaishnava mantra called Krishna, the name of the Lord. That is the main remedy, cure for this snake bite. Shrutva, just by hearing that name, Krishna, one becomes mukta, one becomes freed from this snake bite of samsara. He becomes liberated basically. Bhavet naraha. Charitra Shravanam Yatha Chaturthe. So, hearing of the pastimes of the Lord. This is from 4th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, 29th chapter. Tasmin Mahat. Radhamana Mataji, would you like to recite?
Yeah, I'll try, Prabhu. Tasmin Mahanmukharita Madhubishcharitra Piyushasesha Saritah Paritashravanti Taye Pibanti Avatrishu Nrupagadha Karnish Tanas Parshanchasha Ashana Tridbhavya Soka Moha. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Mataji. Tasmin means the devotees who have assembled there. It is continuing from previous verse. So in that place, Mahan Mukharitaha Madhubit Charitra Piyushaha Sheshaha. So what do they do? These devotees who have assembled in a place, they discuss the pastimes of the Lord. Madhubit means the killer of Madhu, that is Krishna. Krishna's pastimes, they discuss the pastimes of Krishna. And when they are discussing the pastimes of Krishna, what happens? The nectar comes out. Shesha means extra. That means, they taste the nectar and then the nectar, remnants of their enjoyment comes out. And that becomes a Sarita. Sarita means a river. That becomes a great river all around. And it flows around everywhere. Paritaga Shravanti. Tahaye Pibanti. Those who go and drink that river, water from that river, how should they drink? Gada Karnaihi, with the deep ears. Very attentively one should listen to the pastimes being discussed there. Avitrishaha, that is not being satisfied, not being satiated. One should not think, this is enough, I have drunk enough. No, there should be more and more greed you should have for hearing that. So those who drink that with more thirst and with deep ears, very, very attentively, what happens to them? Tan sprishanti ashana trut bhaya shoka mohaha. So the ashana means hunger. Trut means thirst. Bhaya, fear. Shoka, sadness or lamentation. Moha, illusion. All these things do not touch these people. Tan sprishanti, those who are drinking. So that is why we see that Parikshit Maharaj, when he was hearing Bhagavatam, he wasn't being touched by all of these things. He was able to fully hear. When he was sitting there and then he was listening to Shukadeva Goswami, he wasn't thinking that, when this will get over so that we can go on to perform other activity. No, he wasn't thinking when he was hearing, I was listening to Radhanath Maharaj yesterday. He was saying that it's in the seventh canto, first chapter. He was saying that when the seventh canto is going on, Parikshit Maharaj is asking serious questions, and he was putting forward serious questions. Maharaj is saying that, so this is the symptom of attentive listening. They're putting forward serious questions. Parikshit Maharaj is not thinking that, oh, we are in seventh canto, when will we reach Ras Leela? I want to skip all these things and then go there. All of these things are preparing him for, of course, the main crux of Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the Rasa Leela. But this is also very tasteful and it is also preparing the person. So he's not thinking that, when this will get over. No. Very, very deeply he is hearing that. So that much attentively we should hear. When that happens, what happens? The uh, hunger, thirst, fear, and all these things do not touch upon us. Yeah, here he says Gada Karnaihi means Asakta Karnaihi. The ear should be so much attached toward that hearing that pastimes of the Lord. Okay, so we will continue from here next week, Guna Shravanam onwards. Any question or any other comments you have?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada. Thank you so much. Somebody else is speaking or you are speaking, Prabhu?
I was only speaking. Go ahead, Mataji. Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Prabhu, I have two questions, sir. So could you go to the 42 first starting verse regarding Utsava Vigraha? Yes, correct. Prabhu, I didn't understand Radha Sthanam ya Nirikshante Rathastham. I mean the Lord who is on the Radha, right?
Yes.
So Nirikshante means seeing, right? Seeing the Lord on the Ratha.
Yes.
And Kautukenapi means what is that, Prabhuji?
Out of curiosity.
Oh, okay.
Curiosity they are seeing. And that's what I mentioned that, when the Lord is being pulled in the chariot, many people on the, platform, they pass us by, they look at what's here, they even ask times, they stop their bikes when they are going in the bikes or they're running. They look at what's going on, right? So they are curiously looking at the Lord. They're not recognizing the supreme position of the Lord, and they are not recognizing the importance of this festival. They do not have bhakti, they do not have shraddha, nothing. Even those people, uh, even if they are eating dog, which means they are lowest of. So they also the associates of the Lord. They get a chance.
Devatanam Gana Sarve Bhavanti means they become the associates of the Devatas?
No, Devatanam here means Parshada. Jiva Goswami says Parshada means associates. So here Devata means Parshada, the associates.
Oh, okay. Yes, Prabhu. Very nice. Yeah, thank you so much, Prabhu. And the last one, if you could see now whatever you have explained, right? Today's last Bhagavatam verse, right? So you were saying that, the question is, even a devotee reaches to the crux of the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam Rasa Panchadhyayaha, but still they do enjoy okay, I understand that. And to actually understand the 10 count of Srimad Bhagavatam, one has to go through all the chapters, right from the beginning, like first chapter to the ninth chapter, right? And then 10th chapter, then they are eligible to understand that. Srila Prabhupada also says that. But once they reach to the crux of the essence of the 10 canto of Bhagavatam, like Rasa Panchadhyaaya or, Rasa Leela, whatever you have mentioned right now, but still they were able to enjoy the 9 cantos. I mean, they are able to enjoy the other pastimes of the Lord, like, killing of the demons and childhood pastimes and etc. Prabhu. Do they actually relish?
Yes. They release all the past, and that is why Vishnu Chakravarti also says that we just don't read only the 10th canto, we read all the cantos because they are pastimes of the Lord and they give joy to the devotees. And of course, they have special attention toward the 10th canto, and within that special attention they have for the Rasa Panchadhyaya. So you would, when the acharyas also, many of the acharyas only commented on the 10th canto. And then if you look at the Rasa Panchadhyaya, they will be like elaborate commentaries. For other things, they will have less commentaries. So it shows that importance is there. That's the pinnacle. But doesn't mean that they are thinking that they are when the other cantos will get over so that I can go to the 10th canto. No, they are relishing everything, but they have extra relish for the pastimes of Krishna with the gopis.
So yes, I put another way this same question, Prabhu. I understand what you're saying, but my question is exactly. I mean, who are connected with the Lord in the Madhurya Rasa, devotees who are connected, fortunately, to the Madhurya Rasa, to the Supreme Lord, do they enjoy the other rasas after attaining the love of Godhead in the Madhurya Rasa? Do they also enjoy the other pastimes?
Yeah, mainly, do you think Radharani will not appreciate the love of Yashoda Maiya toward Krishna?
Yeah, she might. Yeah, I don't know. I rather any. It's a very highest level,
No,
but
she will not think this is disgusting, right? She will enjoy, obviously. So, that's why I mentioned Vishnu Chakravarti, who is also said to be a Manjari. He himself says that all
yeah.
the those are also relishable, and the Vaishnava should study it. So everything is relishable, but we have a special, those who are in specific rasa, they have special relish for particular pastimes. Those who are like, in friendship with the Lord, the Gopas, they have special relish for, the all the play childhood or boyhood pastimes with the Lord. They have special relish. Doesn't mean that they don't like other things. They like other things, but they have special relish. Like, you invite or you go to a friend's home and then he gives you a nice meal, and then he has so many items, everything is prepared nicely, but then you like that gulab jamun was so amazing, right?
Mhm.
Doesn't mean that you like so much the gulab jamun you don't like anything else.
Okay. Yes, Prabhu, very wonderful example. I understand now. But if somebody feels like that, boring, other topics are boring, then there's something must be wrong in their
Yeah.
attitude.
With
So that might be a Sahajiya mentality or something like that, right, Prabhuji? I mean,
so I'm not I don't know Sagaji or not, but they should read with devotees and try to understand.
okay. Okay, Prabhu, thank you so much. I learned so many things from your teachings. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. And Prabhu, one more question I want to ask you. I mean, when are you planning to make somebody to learn Sanskrit?
Oh, Sanskrit session. It is a lot. It takes a lot of work first, and then second thing is the students are not, they don't stay toward the course. This is my observation. Even in my own batch, when I was learning with under a teacher, I see that finally one-on-one I had with my teacher. They were like,
Okay.
so they just drop off. But some basics can be taught, and it should be a short period, like 1 month or something like that. Just try to understand basics, and I have some idea about that, but not right now, Mataji. Maybe when I take out of work, maybe after a year or something like that.
Okay, Prabhu. Yeah, I joined a class, Prabhuji. I'm able to basically in the childhood also I learned Sanskrit, so I'm able to read the Sanskrit verses in from Bhagavad Gita. But
Yes.
yeah, nicely able to read, but not able to write properly. I mean, reading is easily recognizable, but writing. Do you have any suggestions for that, Prabhu? Why I'm not able to write as?
Writing means you are not able to compose. You are saying.
No, not composing exactly. Suppose Dharma Kshetre, Kurukshetre, Samaveta, like that. I can read in Devanagari. But only thing while writing, it is a little difficult.
It means you just. What do you mean by writing?
I mean, if see, suppose by seeing English, writing in Sanskrit.
Oh, like that. That requires just a little bit practice. You repeat it.
Practice, right? Yes, Prabhu. So, yes, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu.
You're
Yeah,
reading the verse. If you can pronounce it correctly, like dharma instead of saying dharma, right?
yeah.
Dharma kshetre. If you pronounce it correctly, then
Hmm.
you have to put into words when you're writing. When the
Okay.
pronunciation is not correct, then we don't know, oh, it is the or the. What was
Hmm.
that? Right? So,
Correct, correct. Yeah. Yes, Prabhu. Nice,
yeah,
Prabhu. Thank you for the suggestion. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Shankaran Prabhu, you have anything to say? Dhanush Prabhu. Yeah, he might be busy. Thank you. Thank you, devotees, for joining. We'll continue next week. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Once
Krishna.
कृपा सिंधुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। पूरी वैष्णव की जय। हरे